This is Mr. Cage, and I would like for you to like, share, and subscribe to the Mr. Cage's Thought of the Day YouTube page. But I also like you to and us to stop saying I'm sorry for a habit. We gotta stop it, y'all. When I worked for Joliet Job Corps, I was what's called an OA CPP coordinator. OA stands for Outreach and Admission. CPP stands for Career Preparation Period. And one of my responsibilities with that job was to do what was called pre-arrival calls. Every student that came into that center from the years of 2011 to about 2016, I was primarily responsible for getting in contact with those individuals, taking them through the pre-arrival call, asking them different questions. Now, when we had students that were minors, of course, we had to get in contact with the parent and the student at one time. I worked for about 6 months every weekend because there was an influx of students coming in every week or every other week. That meant that I took home or I took work home with me, which brings us to this quick story. It was a Sunday, I had calls scheduled, had already talked to the parents saying that I would call them at a certain time. The first parent I called was maybe about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Called a person. Now I was supposed to call them at a certain time, but I was a little bit late. When I first got in contact with the parent or guardian, my first response was, I'm sorry. I know I was supposed to call you at this time. I'm about 5 or 10 minutes late. I apologize. Went through with the call, completed the call, took a little break, went on to the next call. I was late again, maybe 5 or 10 minutes late with the call, went through the process, completed it, and I was done. So after that, probably the third call, or it could have been after the second, the thought came to me, stop apologizing for a habit, because the best apology is changed behavior. Whatever habit that you have, stop apologizing for it, because I can tell you, honestly, people are probably tired of hearing it. And what it does is that it puts people in a position where their expectation of you which once was here, now is here, because there's a continual letdown when we continue to apologize for a habit, especially a habit that we haven't been enlightened or illuminated to change. So let's say your wife, let's say your husband, let's say your daughter, son, whoever you find yourself in immediate contact with gets let down. So the first couple of times, 2, 3, maybe 4 is a letdown. Then it changes and it transforms into an expected behavior. I expect dad not to be at my basketball game. I expect mom to be late picking me up. I expect my boyfriend not to give me a call back when I need him to. I expect for my girlfriend or lady, fiance, not to cook or do whatever it is that expectation has been set. So it could be a destructive aspect in terms of cultivating healthy relationships. We'll go into a part 2. We'll do a part 2 with this. I want to do a little bit of elaboration, a little bit more, but take as much as you can from the story, my life mistakes and life behaviors, and the change behavior that came from me being enlightened and illuminated to understanding that that behavior had to be adjusted.